Hmm. I mean, I would like one, sure. But we don't. We don't have an Omega thing. Omega clone. Mordu's Legion, so that's Caldari and Galante. So there's like these ships that sit between the empires and they make use of like multiple skills. Or like skills from multiple factions. So it's kind of interesting. Alright, are we there yet?
Warp drive active. Docking permission.
There's only 4 people in this system. Interesting. Alright, pick that up. And then go back. So where are we right now? Alright, we're there. So we were here? Every show we were here. Now we come this way. Fascinating. So this stuff I think is wormhole space, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. To forge tribute. This is kind of interesting out here because it doesn't link up this nullsec area. So all this is joined together, which is dangerous. This is like a bit of a fortress.
Warp drive active.
"19 more hours." No assets in the region, constellation, solar system. Safety? What does that mean? $1.9, almost 1.9 million. And then like 3.5 here.
Warp drive active.
I guess it's profitable. Dumpster fire stream sniper. Social eating harem. Twitch TV. Social eating, okay. There's 3 members. Formed quite recently. Are there how many alpha clones are there? Because you don't know, right? You can't just look at who they are to see what they're doing. I mean, Eve went free to play. I don't know if it's actually made very much difference at all.
Active.
Maybe I should look it up. Alright, Eve Online has free to play made any difference. How is the game doing? February? No, that's not. Why free-to-play could save EVE Online? Did it require saving? Is Eve dying?
Docking permission requested.
Why free-to-play could save EVE Online? I'm not sure. EVE's player-driven ecosystem runs on one thing, new blood. No, it doesn't. It doesn't run on new blood. It takes you years and years and years to train up the skills you need to manufacture the interesting stuff. You don't need new blood. Alright, complete mission. Request. The situation we have is a delicate one. We can't go after Vitamala directly, even though he doesn't really have a clue about what he's doing. He's too well connected to this place without good reason. I expect this sort of thing from the Galante, but not in the state. A man achieves rank because of his hard work and dedication, not because his father has friends in the bureaucracy. Yeah, that's not how reality works. Someone else can help with this situation, a true warrior and dutiful servant of the state. The first difficulty is in freeing up his schedule. If you can handle that part, I'll deal with the paperwork for his reassignment. Currently deploying a nearby system. Busy dealing with a mercenary force we believe to be funded by Gurista pirates. Take out all the Gurista ships, then I can arrange to have them reassigned, alright. Take out a bunch of ships, sure. For MMOs, going free-to-play has long been seen as an admission of failure, a last-ditch effort when a game can't justify the monthly cost just to play it. Well, for me, it has never justified the monthly cost. But for every MMO that turns free-to-play out of desperation, another finds a new life free from the subscription fees. Yesterday, EVE Online became one of the many MMOs to make the switch with its Ascension update, letting players participate in its unique spaceship sandbox without the monthly cost. As I sit down with CCP Games executive producer Andy Nordgren, I have one question. Is the addition of a free-to-play option a bit to save EVE Online from dying? Yes. Oh, that's easy. EVE Online is dying. Apparently. There's not that many players in the game. Look, it says there's 25,000 concurrent players at the moment. Is what it says on the launcher. 25,000 concurrent launchers right now. I mean concurrent players right now. Wait, is that it? 3 ships? That's it? Three ships! The whole mission was 3 ships. Alright, let's just keep reading. Yes, she says, and then quickly adds, but not because it's a last-ditch effort. Instead, Nordgren explains that the decision to include free-to-play options was a reaction to the way the MMO genre has all but abandoned the notion of subscription fees. The combined equation of EVE being intimidating to a lot of people and also carrying an inescapable financial commitment, I think that's just becoming too big of an ask. It's not anything that has to do with EVE really, just what people expect from games these days, okay. While Nordgren maintains EVE Online is doing just fine as is, she says CCP Games saw the writing on the wall. Okay. Combined equation of EVE being intimidating to a lot of people and also carrying an inescapable financial commitment. I mean, that's one way to put it. I mean, the way I would put it is that it's boring. It's a boring, grindy time waster, is what EVE Online is. And for me to pay money for a boring, grindy time waster it's not justified because I can easily play other games that are fun and entertaining, grindy time wasters that I don't have to pay constantly for, right? You know, I bought Fallout 4, I bought the season pass, and I still want to play it. Like the only reason I'm not playing it right now is because I'm recording videos for EVE Online. It's like I would rather be playing Fallout 4 right now. Really. There's no way you can get me to pay money for this game. It's just grindy and boring. Let's keep it real. I mean, there are some parts of it that are slightly more entertaining. And I like the idea of it. I like the idea of a persistent, massively multiplayer world where the players really drive the action. I like the idea of it, but the reality is that the game is kinda not that interesting. Alright, let's keep reading. With Ascension, EVE Online has joined the growing number of MMOs that are ditching subscription fees in favor of attracting a wider audience, leaving only a few like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, and amazingly Final Fantasy XI behind. Yeah, I would play World of Warcraft if it wasn't subscription based. I really would. Although having said that, I've got Elder Scrolls Online and I don't play it very much. I should play it more. I kinda want to play it more, but then there are other games that are better. I do want to play Elder Scrolls Online more. Alright, complete mission. I'm pleased to inform you that everything went smoothly with the transfer. One of the first things our new commander did was to request frigate and cruiser backup for his fleet. Great news. Damn via Tamala, he wasn't coordinating with the Navy's Emergency Logistics Division. There's a colony nearby that missed a shipment of farming supplies thanks to the chaos caused by these drones. If we don't make the delivery ourselves, then we risk the entire agricultural economy. Once you take these goods over to our fleet, they will deal with the rest and can finally turn our focus towards the underlying cause of these problems. You will need at least 150 meters cubed of cargo space to make the delivery. Keep that in mind. 150? Yeah, I got that. Alright, we're delivering farming supplies to a location. Eve's interpretation of free-to-play is different than any other MMO. Is it though? I guess it is. However, most use a model similar to Terra, which went free-to-play in 2013. You can level and experience the entirety of the game for free, but an optional subscription gives you more experience points, better fast travel, and more generous loot. Simply put, cough up the dough and they'll make the grind a little less of a chore. We can't do that in EVE Online. Well, actually you can, because the skill training is slower with the Alpha Clone. EVE Online's free-to-play system called Alpha Clones is quite different. Because EVE is a sandbox, it doesn't have the linear leveling system seen in most RPGs, except there's a skill tree. Instead, players train skills passively, allowing them to pilot new ships, use certain equipment, or access new ways of earning its in-game currency. Oh wait a minute, I need to be doing something. Acceleration.
Warp drive active.
As an Alpha Clone, you're free to do all that. The only restriction is that you can only train a set of basic skills that prevent you from sitting behind the captain's chair of EVE's more specialized ships. If you have dreams of one day flying a 14-kilometer long Titan, you're going to need to pay up. The Caldari forces look for far better prepared anti-support frigates and cruisers, standing ready and able to deal with smaller hostiles. Okay, well, good for them. We're going to deliver the farming supplies to the warehouse. Well, you don't have to pay up because you can buy Plex with credits. On paper, it sounds a little like World of Warcraft's unlimited free trial, which lets players level up to level 50. Hold on, let me get this done. Farming supplies. Alright, done. Level 20 and enforces a handful of restrictions on how they can interact with others. But Neugren stresses that Alpha Clones aren't just a way to have a nibble before CCP charges for the full meal. We really want it to be viable to play for free in EVE. We want it to be a choice of how far you want to get into EVE and whether the subscription is interesting to you or not. The game is just better or cooler with more people. Well, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, I can grind for credits and then I can buy a 30-day Plex. to experience Omega Clone state, so she's not wrong in the sense that it is actually a way that I can play the whole game for free if I want to try. While not flying the most powerful ships will be limiting to some, it doesn't stop anyone from participating in Eve's unique social ecosystem. Okay, what's the next mission? Complete mission. Request mission. Normally the local security forces would want to handle this drone threat themselves, but we are willing to contract the job out to a Capsuleer. Why? You have to go in alone while our fleet holds the line. I suggest you take some friends into the fight. The drones have been growing in number as more are corrupted and somehow find their way into the swarm. Once you neutralize the threat, you should search the wreckage for something that will help with the investigation. Alright, we're gonna kill a lot of drones. Unlike most MMOs, your value as a player is defined by more than the armor you wear, or in this case the ship you fly. Alpha clones have no restrictions on how you communicate with other players, so you're free to join Eve's massive no-sec alliances and fight, trade, scam, or whatever else you can imagine. We want to be generous with just giving away the genuine Eve experience and trust that if people really get into it and love it enough people are going to want to buy subscriptions or ship skins. And that'll be enough, and that will be fine. Okay. Much of that has to do with understanding that EVE Online isn't your typical MMO. While character progression is important, the sandbox nature of EVE doesn't mean that bigger is always better. That's true. Even the most powerful ships are useless in the hands of an idiot, and likewise an experienced pilot can turn a cheap frigate into a deadly machine of war. During a talk at EVE Vegas 2016 in October, game designer Steve Clark broke down the fleet composition of two of EVE Online's biggest battles. Okay, we need to kill drones, right? Let's go over there. What am I doing? Am I fighting those guys? Showing EVE Online's biggest battles, showing that 17% were ships that Alpha clones could fly. Free-to-play pilots might not win the war, but their presence on the field of battle is sure to have an effect. So, breaking down the biggest battles in EVE, 17% of the ships that were involved were ships that Alpha clones could fly. If that doesn't... So, what... Basically, you're the fodder. Basically, what that means is that you're the fodder. You're the guy in the cheap frigate charging up to much more powerful ships, trying to tackle them, distract them, lock them in place, while your buddies deal the damage to blow them up. So you're tackling them to make sure they can't run away. That's the Alpha clone experience. You're the fodder. You're the guy. You're the guy running in and biting at their ankles. that's you. And I mean, it's not wrong. it's not terrible. All right, let's blow these guys up. Having these blue icons on the screen is actually kind of distracting. Alright, those guys are dead. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's one. Okay, that guy's dead. Never mind. Alright, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And then we continue to lock them down. Mammon Apis is a bit more powerful, I think. Uh, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Let me just check I'm not missing anything here. Four, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Look, they're not even getting in range. We're literally just sitting here and wrecking them. They can't even get close to us. Nice flying, pilots. That's the last of the drones taken care of. Feel free to inspect the wreckage if you like, but I just received an official transmission for you from the Sisters of Eve. Looks like they've got a new lead for you to chase up anyways. Okay, sure. I don't see anything in the wreckage. Alright, let's go loot.